Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be checking out something called Weapon 1482 by developer Mr. Tedders. This is an experimental and rather unnerving, kind of unsettling and disconcerting type of game. It's one of those types of games, and honestly, not really sure which sort of genre it falls into, and in fact, the game on its Game Jolt page doesn't even have a genre listed. It says Other. But the description of the game says that we've been selected to serve our country and that we must load the weapon and destroy our enemies, and that's kind of where the narrative seems to end and where our story is going to begin, I suppose. So we have a few basic controls here scrawled out. We've got E and Z to use. We've got arrow keys / WASD to move, and Q and X to cancel, and EZ to start. Okay, it is easy to start, so let's start. And here we are, warping out of this tractor beam / door on the side of the ground, and we seem to be some sort of triangular-looking man. Well, his torso, anyway, is a little bit triangular. I guess maybe just his shoulders. Doesn't have a whole lot in terms of facial features, but that's okay, because they're just getting a sort of a general idea of our personage. So I'm just looking around this environment. I'm guessing we're probably in some sort of military base / facility / maybe hangar. I don't know, there's something sparse about it. And there seems to be 3 tanks that have these nuclear signs on them, and I'm going to assume that we're going to do something with these. Over here we've got some terminals, we've got a conveyor belt, and sort of a cylinder here, which I'm assuming this is the weapon that we're loading up. The conveyor belt is probably going to help us on our way to doing such a thing. And the only thing that looks obviously interactable here, unless we can, like, go anywhere else, I think we're kind of bound by this dark gray box that... Oh, wait, maybe not. I think I've escaped. I'm not sure if I was supposed to be able to do that, but I've done it anyway. Can I go anywhere cool? No, I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to do that. So yeah, the only thing that's obviously an interaction point is that lit up terminal in front of those 3 cylinders with the nuclear signs on them. So I'm going to go probably touch that if I can get back into the play area here. We can indeed. Fantastic. So we're going to walk up to it, and we're going to press Z. Okay, and my hook-like arms seem to be outstretched, and we've got, looks like 3 controls here. It looks like a box with like an open top or like a console or something, and then we've got some sort of bottle turned on its side, which I'm going to assume we're going to build a ship inside of. And we've got a teardrop with some lines indicating maybe motion, although in the wrong direction or something. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. So 3 levers, 3 symbols. I'm going to take this lever in the center. I'm going to raise it up and see what this does. Okay, we've got a green light. That's probably good, right? Should I keep going? Oh, it's starting to flicker, though. Let's go out. Okay, so that has indeed lit up our center cylinder. That has not changed the effects on any of these other items, though, so I can't interact with those. I guess we'll just light up all 3 of these, then, and see if that makes any appreciable difference. This is one of those games that's it's very moody, it's very atmospheric, and even though the graphical style is definitely a bit on the rudimentary side, I think in a way that almost makes this even more foreboding, in a way. Okay, so the longer this light seems to stay on, the more unstable it looks. It's blinking very sporadically now, or erratically, I suppose. Oh my goodness, we've got power. It looks like the facility has been lit up, all the console terminals seem to have been lit up, and oh my god, it's already... There's colors changing, and things are starting to crack. I'm gonna press these buttons, because that seems like the only thing that I know how to do. Alright, so I think that's telling us what all of the statuses are on the consoles that are going... Oh my god, the thing's gonna overload in a second, isn't it? Uh-oh, we've got some sort of arrow reticle system, maybe, aiming here. I guess I'll try and move these over. There's some weird sounds coming out of this stuff, and I'm not sure what exactly I'm supposed to do, but I'm aiming, I guess. And move this over. Oh my goodness, these controls are very strange and kind of esoteric, but I kind of like them. Takes a little bit of getting used to, like, what you're even trying to do here. I guess, well, it only seems to want to align in the center, so I may as well go for that then. So we're setting up to shoot a weapon at something. Our enemies are going to pay the price for whatever they did to us. I don't know what they did to us, but they're going to be sorry. Okay, line that up. I don't know how much longer I have before this whole thing seems to overload. Oh, okay, there we go. It's a little more difficult than it looks, because the controls on each one of these segments seem to... Oh, geez. That can't be good at all. Maybe I should have done this a little bit faster. Flip all the switches, probably, because that's what you usually do with mechanical equipment. Flip all the switches over. Raise the lever, of course. And then we want to check from X to check, and I just moved that lever down a little bit again. Oh, there we go. So maybe I was supposed to load that as quickly as possible. Oh, geez. Well, 2 of the 3 power sources seem to have shut off. So looks like I've already screwed my chance to load the weapon. Oh, yeah, so no more power for us, all 3. I was kind of worried that they might just explode, but that doesn't seem to be the case. What if I turn them all back off? I wonder if I can rescue some sort of power back from them then. Well, they're already blackened, and they look dark and like they're out. So I guess that's probably not going to be the case. Anyway, maybe I've broken my chance, and maybe there's nothing left for me to do. I guess we'll give it a few moments here as I walk around. So it's kind of an interesting concept, right? Like, we don't understand exactly who we are, why we're attacking someone, how we're supposed to do it, and really any of the goals in the chain of events. And also my leg seems to be twitching. I don't know if you can catch that, but like 1 frame every second, it's just like the leg just keeps shooting out. So it's an interesting parallel, of course, to many of the horrors of war, where there are individual units who are asked to carry out commands where they don't know the end results of such commands, and they might not know what to do about it, but they aren't allowed to question, and that's where players' rationality takes over when we're doing something like this in a game setting, where we can actually question things, and, you know, our lives aren't necessarily on the line the same way. You know, this might be that we're being told by an evil regime to bomb an enemy that might actually not be an enemy at all. And I think probably by the very gray and dismal look of this game, I have a feeling we're probably, if there was to be a narrative, it would be something in that direction. Although that's an extrapolation that's entirely on my behalf. The game doesn't really give you much to go on, to be perfectly honest. Everything is fairly generic in sort of an interesting way. I'm kind of curious to hear what all of your opinions are on this, since a lot of this is so up to interpretation. I imagine you could take this in quite a few directions, and I would also be curious to see if there is a more correct way to implement the activation of this weapon, because I did not do a very good job, I will say that for certain. I have a feeling if I would have hurried up, maybe things would have gone a little bit more smoothly, but I didn't realize quite how fast those things were going to burn out once they started going. And it's funny, too, 'cause, like I said, the graphics are super rudimentary and simple, but in a way, this is pretty expressive. I mean, I got all the necessary information about what I needed to see, and, you know, despite... Oh, geez. Why? Holy crap. What have I done? We're loading the lipstick on. It's gonna... We're still gonna shoot the enemy. Maybe. Look at all the bullets. Oh my gosh, I guess we'll just have to wait a moment and see if something's happened. I wonder if this is the sort of thing where, like, I didn't actually do it correctly, but because I waited so long, some sort of code in the background of this just broke. Because, by all accounts, as far as I can tell, we have no power. So unless these units recharged or something, I guess we could take a look real quick, right, and see if I push this back up to operational. Yeah, it's not turning green, so I'm pretty sure that things are just dead, and probably the game is just being a little silly. That's okay, sometimes that makes for a little moment of emergent confusion, and that can be kind of funny. I really like this guy's hook arms, by the way. It reminds me a little bit of the Mooninites from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, perhaps? I don't know if maybe that's just me. But yeah, apparently we're just going to keep loading stuff, or at least the conveyor belts are going to go. And I have no idea what to say about that. So anyway, that was Weapon 1482 by Mr. Tedders. If you want to go grab this one, you can either download it or play it right in your browser. There's going to be a link in the description of this video for you to check it out yourself. And I am, like I said, very interested in hearing your interpretations of this very cryptic and enigmatic game. I don't even know where else to take it other than that. So yeah, let me know, let your theories fly, and I will see you all in the comments. Thank you, as always, for watching another episode of Indie Impressions. We're nearing the 800 episode mark, so if you guys would like to continue to support the series, ask that if you enjoyed it, kindly leave a like. It helps me out a whole bunch. And of course, consider checking out some of the other links in the description, like my Facebook site, Facebook page, my Twitter page, and indie-impressions.com. Of course, if you enjoyed what you saw today, consider coming back tomorrow as well, or even consider subscribing to the channels. That also helps me out quite a bit. And I will see you back hopefully tomorrow. So I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you later.